Good morning, Soul Family. Jenna Pinkstone signing on. I wanted to have a little light language session with all of you, but I wanted to clarify something that we were discussing in the Facebook Live on my Facebook group, Spiritual Healing and Wisdom, a few weeks ago. And you can read the deliberation in the comments, but what we were exploring was some excerpts out of the autobiography of a yogi, autobiography of a yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. I think I said that right. Fascinating man. No longer with us in a human body. However, he spurned the entire movement of the Priya Yogi tradition here in the westernized culture. And he was born in India, but what he was discovering and what he was deliberating at the time the book was written in the 1930s was all of the different explorations that the scientists, the physicists of his time were making great strides to understand. Scientists such as Albert Einstein and other great physicists of note, where they were discovering certain facets of our human world that were shifting the entire paradigm of how it is we understand and how it is we relate to the physical matter that is before us. And something that we had held very firmly to up to this point before we were able to delve deeply and look closely at the fundamental elemental building blocks of what matter truly is. We had held the understanding that things were solid, that a chair was a chair, it was solid, there was no empty space except for the empty space around that chair, that said chair. And what they were discovering and what we are in the midst of understanding even still today, even though we're close to 100 years later, is that there is so much empty space within that very chair. And that if you look closely at the fundamental building blocks, at the elemental components, at the primordial substance of what that chair is, and it could be anything, it doesn't have to be a chair, but if you take a very scrutinizing microscope down to the proton level, all a proton is light, soul family. That's all that it is. And that is what the chair consists of, surrounded by energetic cords of electron rings. I mean, I'm sure I'm giving it the wrong names, and I know that other members of my soul family who delve a little bit more deeply into the scientific understanding and the academic approach of our way of, sharing this perspective. I'm sure that you can help me in the comments and help the rest of our soul family to understand it from that perspective. But I hope that I'm conveying my point here, in that everything is essentially down to the very building blocks composed of light. That is really and truly the only message that I wish to share with you today. And also that our understanding of light language should also follow this understanding of what our reality. I honestly just felt it pertinent for us to explore a deeper definition of light language, and I'm looking on all of these beautiful groups, these Facebook groups and Instagram as well, of people exploring light language, not only in the spoken, verbalized form that is generated from the throat chakra transmission, but also through art, light language art. And this is a facet of our human understanding of language in general, in that it must be spoken, or it must be written, or it must be drawn through symbols, you see. However, that I want to bring our awareness all back to the fold, to understand that communication can take place and does take place in many ways other than through writing and through voice, okay? These are beautiful modalities, and they're methods of transport from my heart to yours that I use every day. But I want us to expand ourselves, soul family, to understand that light language can take the place of energy conveyance in any such way from one state of consciousness to another, okay? And this can be done through acts of love. This can be done through connection with nature. This can be done through simple eye contact. There is an energy transference between me and you whenever we gaze into each other's eyes. That is light language, soul family. Now, the way in which we organize it so that others can pick up on that energy transference, that is going to open up an entirely new page, an entirely new chapter in the book that we are co-creating together, okay? But I wanted us to simply marinate on the concept of light language is any kind of communication and energy transference between two modes of consciousness or more, in which energy is transmitted and received, and in which communication takes place. And that is a sacred act that is only going to expand our consciousness and awaken our awareness to an entirely new level. It's going to open up entirely new avenues that we never thought possible. All which began back early on whenever we discovered that all matter and all reality, all things in this illusory, materialistic world is light. That's all there is. And whenever we break it down to the elemental building blocks, what we are capable of is soaring in architecture to far above heights to what we ever thought possible. Okay? Sundi dadiwai tewa sundi adia dediwai diwai die die sundi diwa die die sundi Thank you, soul family, for sharing in that transmission with me. If this video resonated with you, I hope that you will hit the like button and subscribe to future offerings that I provide to my soul family on a weekly basis. I also hope that you will join us on the co-creation of what it is that this world is trying to share with us and uncovering that together. I go live on Facebook every single week on Saturday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we delve deeply into more intimate aspects of what our soul family is discovering on Patreon, so I hope that you will explore the links in the comments below. Thank you so much, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Jenna Pinkstone, signing off.